Hi, this is Steve from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com, specializing in sales, service, and custom designs for residential and commercial outdoor patio heating. Please tap that like button if you find this video helpful. It helps others find this channel. Thank you. All right, so here we have this residential application, and what you can see here is we have this overhang up here. We have a couple of can lights above, and then we have a sliding door. I believe it slides left and right. And then we have this raised round seating area here, and then just a table of a four top table, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and look at the dimensions. Overall dimensions I have here are, I have quite a bit here, so basically 17 foot. I have this at a 11 foot diameter. It might be 12, and that'd be fine. And then this from the edge of the wall out to the back end here, I have at 16.6, so it might be 17.6, something of that nature, but that would be fine as well. Overall height of this overhang is 8'3". I've taken these lights here and I've brought them out, I believe, to 24 inches or halfway through the space here, and 6 feet apart. And that shouldn't have a bearing though on this application. This overhang comes to about 9 inches away from the edge of this round seating area. And then the seating area itself is about 7'7" off of the bottom edge of the overhang. So those are all important things to look at. Last one I have here is just off the wall here is at 4'9". It could be, again, maybe another foot difference pushed to the left here, but we'll go ahead and just take a look at what we can do here. And let me turn off those dimensions. All right. So first of all, there's a couple of things that we have to take a look at here. One being that, you know, this raised section here has you closer to this edge, and if you put a heater under here, then it'd be so close to the ground that you really wouldn't get the throw that you're looking for out here. So the only suggestion I would have would be to put a heater or two along this edge here. Now, I think one would be sufficient, and by the way, I do have this diameter centered within this 17-foot span, so just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and look at the option that I have here now. Excuse me, I put the this option as a 6,000 watt, but in retrospect this would probably be too hot for anyone sitting in this space right here. I do have the heater mounted centered within this span here, and then I also had to put the extended brackets. It called for a 5-inch extension based on this, I guess you'd call it a oval here. However, they only have a 6-inch, so I used the 6-inch extended bracket here. And that keeps it from the clearances, from the combustible clearances around the heater itself. All right. All right, so going back to the footprint of heat, you can see here it appears as if it covers the space fairly well. However, like I stated before, if you were sitting right here, you'd be probably too hot. And if you were sitting over here without a 6,000 watt unit, you'd be probably too cold. So there's no way to heat up, you know, this kind of space with just one unit and mounted on this type of structure, this type of setup. So you would have to put a dimming system on something like this, so that if you wanted to sit on this side here, you can dim it down, or if you wanted to sit on this side over here, you can turn it up a little hotter. And then, of course, if you had it all full, then you would have to compromise some way so that, you know, you feel as comfortable as you can. The reason I put this gentleman here, this model I should say, is because I'm not sure exactly where the wind comes from, and This is infrared light wave, so the light wave, although you would not visually see the heater's light, it's an invisible infrared. You want to be in its path of travel and close enough to where it's, in its optimum distance away for heating the human body at a comfortable level. And then, of course, you wouldn't want to be too close as well. So if you wanted to, you could change this into a 4,000 watt, but I have, like I said, a 6,000 with a control system. But if the wind was coming from the right side here to the left, then you really want to offset that wind with the ray kind of penetrating your body that way. So like if it was coming from the left here to the right, then you are offsetting it with this ray the way it's facing right now, because now your front end is exposed to that element of wind, and usually you turn the heaters on when it's cold, so it's going to be a colder wind. So yeah, you want to be in that ray and offsetting whatever direction the wind's coming from. So this isn't the most ideal application in my recommendations. However, it does look much better than the next option I'm going to give you. I would say that. But it just, the performance isn't really what I'm looking for. And when I go to heat up an outdoor application, typically people want the patio heated properly and not just a visual okay appearance, because it wouldn't make sense to put that in. So if you're okay with, the differences, then this would be acceptable. If it was just, me and my wife sitting right here, then it might be just fine, and I would turn the heater down. Or if I wanted to sit over here, maybe I would turn the heater up, something of that nature. So in any case, that's this option here. Let me turn that off right now. And I'm going to go to a different option, which would be pole mount units. So I have these as the slimline 4,000 watt unit. Now again, it's still kind of close because of this elevation. They make this post here for an application where you would mount it to the ground. And being that the seating area is elevated, we want to kind of consider that. You might just take these heaters and, build up a little foundation here, and then, just bring the units up a little higher. I'm going to just do that here for a second. So if we can manage just to bring it up to the same elevation as the platform here, then we're more at a better elevation for the install. And just to get a visual, looking out, that would be kind of what you're seeing here. So something to think about. In any case, so these are 4,000 watt 240 volt units. And let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. And here you can see that we have this nice overlapping heat. I would still probably consider a control system for it, just because it gives you more flexibility. And if you were to go with the mount down lower, then I would probably go with a 3,000 watt unit. Just bear that in mind as well. But here you can see we got a nice footprint of heat throughout this whole space. You got rays coming from two directions, and us being three-dimensional beings, we would like to have heat from more than just one source. It makes us feel much warmer. So that would be my second option, and I just have them laid out here basically behind these posts here, and they're kind of in line with each other. I know this is less than the halfway point, because I believe these lamps and the post here are at the halfway point of the circle, so I have them offset slightly. But I think this would be a really good application for this particular installation. Alright, well, if you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to take a review of what you have, I'm Steve from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Please send your request to designs@patioheat.com, and don't forget to hit that like button. That's what we That's how we get our praise from you. So I hope we really, really appreciate that. Thank you and have a great day.